Welcome to this discussion on building a healthy workplace culture in law enforcement. In today's Candid Conversation, we will hear from Chief Robert McCullough from the Baltimore County Police, Colonel Roland Butler from the Maryland State Police, and Chief Amal Awad from Anne Arundel County Police. Welcome, everyone, to this discussion. Chief McCullough, when we talk about workplace culture, how does that impact your department's overall effectiveness?
Well, first of all, when it comes to culture, I firmly believe, once again, the leader at the top sets the tone. I believe the organization takes on the personality of its leader. So it's very important for the leader to set the culture, but you also have to understand the culture. So you have some leaders that come from the outside into a culture, and you have some people that grow up in a culture. So you have to understand the environment so that you can properly set the culture. And in my organization, I believe the most important thing, and I think for my reputation, is for any leaders being consistent. You have to be consistent in your actions, consistent in everything that you do. As a leader, you have to be fair. You have to be present. You have to be involved. And your message has to be consistent. One of my mantras is dignity and respect. And that puts us in the concept of 21st century policing. So my message in everything that I do in my organization is dignity and respect. And that message is to my people internally about them treating each other with dignity and respect. And that translates into them treating the community and our external partners with dignity and respect.
Great points. Colonel Butler, how are you working to shape a positive workplace culture among state troopers and civilian personnel on a day-to-day basis?
Highlight some of the things that Chief McCullough said. People have to feel valued. They have to feel that they're part of the team. Teams complete missions, not individuals. People must be treated with dignity and respect. They must know that they're going to be held accountable. Holding a person accountable does not mean that you don't respect and appreciate everything they do.
Good point.
The bottom line with that is we're all moving the same direction, sworn and civilian. The Maryland State Police has instituted a new program, the Performance Perspectives Program. It gets out. We go to regional locations and we talk to both sworn and civilian personnel from the lower end of the chain to the upper end of the chain to make sure we all understand what the mission is and get feedback as to how we're doing, particularly at the executive command level. We need to know what we're doing right. We need to know what we can do better. And most importantly, we need the buy-in and understanding of the people that are out there every day connecting with the community. And as far as the messaging goes, we look at what we're doing to make the department better, what we're doing to make the state better, and we make sure we push that down in messaging. We make sure they understand, hey, you're a valued employee. Your wellness is of the utmost importance to us. The only way you can work at optimum capacity is if you're complete and whole. That being said, we make sure that they understand if we have to take a slight turn, if there's something that comes up where we need to adjust the course or the mission of the department, we send that out. And that's also filtered down with the executive command staff going out and meeting and talking with people. I think Chief McCullough said something very important. None of us can run our jobs or do our jobs from our offices. You have to go out and talk to people, whether that's as simple as a conversation at a gas pump, showing up at a station or a barrack, or just seeing someone walking across the parking lot. You have to engage in genuine conversation. Genuine conversation will help you get genuine results. As long as we can treat each other with respect and foster that environment, it increases our chances of being successful overall and improving the outcomes that we experience out there on the roadways as we work to protect citizens.
Thank you. Chief Awad, from your perspective, how does a positive workplace culture contribute to the success of a police agency?
First, I have to thank them for sharing their sentiments. I agree with them wholeheartedly, particularly where dignity and respect come into play. I too, Chief, share with my officers that we must allow folks to walk away with their dignity. When they have an engagement with us, it's important to treat people with dignity and respect. Beyond imagining your loved one in a situation and treating them as you would your loved one is just doing the right thing and making sure we treat people as they deserve to be treated. One of the other things you've heard mentioned is presence. I believe that it's important for our officers not only to see us, but to be able to talk to us, to approach us and have meaningful conversation, whatever that may be. So I make it a point, as I know the other chiefs and the superintendents tend to do, is making sure we're visiting lineups, which There's also a roll call for some
Okay.
agencies.
Okay, thank you.
But hearing from our officers, hearing from our professional staff what their concerns are, and then just working together toward a resolution on whatever their concerns or the issue may be. And lastly, I'll close with this. I think it's important, particularly you heard me speak to the murder of George Floyd and just how the country has processed that. Well, there's been a negative turn toward law enforcement, and we speak of a pendulum, and it's swinging back center. But throughout that tumultuous time, the consistent messaging that our officers heard from me was I believed in them and that I loved them.
I like that. Again, thank you for tuning into this conversation among law enforcement leaders.